You have a negative outlook on dating because you're acting like the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4. Oh my gosh, Dia, what do you mean by that? Well, let me tell you how God broke it down to me yesterday in my car. He's had me study this chapter for a couple weeks now, and I just keep going back to it because I'm like, it's so many different meanings to it. So, specifically, yesterday, I was in my car thinking about dating, thinking about marriage, and just how, like, collectively, I think everybody is just like on the same page of like, yo, dating is ghetto, it's different nowadays. Who wants to get married anymore? Marriage is trash. Just all these negative things to say about the whole romantic world. God spoke to me yesterday and made it very clear that we act like the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4. That is why dating is so ghetto and why we have a negative outlook on marriage. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you mean by that? And I'm looking at the chapter and I'm like, wow, we act just like this girl. Because if you take a look at these verses, she is telling Jesus, hey, I'm used to this well right here. Okay? You ain't topping what I'm used to that my ancestor Jacob gave me and all my people and all the animals use. You ain't topping this well. Like, this is what I'm used to. So I don't really care about what you saying. It's going in one ear out the other. And Jesus is like, oh, if only you knew who you were talking to, baby, the kind of living water that I can give you, you will never be thirsty again. You see this well that you're so used to, you're going to always end up thirsty. And so God was just telling me, oftentimes we get used to these, terrible, horrible treatments from people that we are choosing. And so it's basically psychologically telling your mind that, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. We got to defend what we are used to. And think about it in dating, especially a lot of women. We get in situations with these dudes who will make up 1,000 excuses why we got to stay and not leave when they treating you like garbage, right? And this is what the Samaritan woman is doing here. She's trying to defend like this well that she is so used to, and oh, because Jacob this, and oh, because this well this. But Jesus is like, oh, baby girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. If only you really knew. And here's another point too I want to make. Oftentimes, because we get so used to this norm that we have now told ourselves this is how the dating is supposed to be, this is what I need to expect in marriage because it's your norm, you leave no room for Jesus to really give you what is actually for you, because you stay stuck in this negative way of thinking and these horrible decisions that you're making because you have no discernment, because you ain't even spending time with God to save you from having to think in the way that you think about marriage and dating. You begin to even think that what you really, really want for your life and what God really wants for your life, you begin to think that these things are crazy because you get so used to what you were used to. And you think that that's it. You think that that's how life is supposed to be, when literally you are settling. You're literally settling. And it's not doing any good for you. God has more in store for you, but you have to wake up. You got to stop trying to defend what you're used to. Some of y'all are sitting at tables that were never meant to feed you in the first place, but because you keep settling, and half the time you don't know no better, but half the time you do know better, and you still choose to stay because you're allowing thoughts, opinions of people to try to downplay and throw dirt on dating and marriage, when in actuality, it's the people that you are choosing that are causing you to look and feel this way. If only you would wait, spend time with God, be single for as long as you can to allow God to show you what it's like to actually be loved, you wouldn't be settling at these tables. You will change your perspective on love and also stop giving these dusties chance after chance, because what exactly are they doing for you? Nothing.